I'm Ethan Kwan, and today I'm going to be showing you how to calculate limits. What are they, and how do you figure them out? Okay, so let's get started. So, brief review on what is a limit. What is a limit? Well, a limit is basically a point where something's undefined. Let's look at the graph x squared minus 25 over x minus 5. Now, it looks like a normal line, but as you can see, there's a hole in the graph at x equals 5, y equals 10. Why is that? Okay, so since this is f of x, let's put in let's put in x into this function, which is 5. So let's put in 5 into this function. So 5 squared minus 25 over 5 minus 5. Right? Okay, so let's simplify 5 squared. 5 squared is 25 over 25, and if we calculate this, we get the dreaded 0 over 0. So that's kind of the problem with this function. And I'll show you how to calculate the limit as x approaches 5 in this case. So this should be all review. If you haven't, well, then you can check back on one of my other videos, or you can just learn about it on the internet and come back, right? Okay, so if you do know, then let's get started. Okay, so are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so let's start. I have 4 methods for you to find a limit, and they'll be listed. Actually, there are 3. There are 3 methods to solve a limit. And so, I'll just show them to you right now. So there's one that I call Plug and Chug, which is kind of funny. And there's another one called Try to Factor. And the last one is called Make a Sandwich. Now, of course, there is that other option called Use a Calculator, but I'll ignore that one. Okay, so let's start with the easiest one, Plug and Chug. Okay, so here's our example. Limit as x approaches 3 of x squared minus 10. Now, you could just look at a graph and see when this happens, but we can just, in this case, since it works, we can just take the limit x approaches 3, and we can just shove that into the x position and see if it works. So 3 squared is 9, and 9 minus 10, as we all know, is 1. So the limit as x approaches 3 of x squared minus 10 is negative 1. Now, there's some times where this won't work. So let's go to the next example. Try to factor. So we have limit as x approaches 5 of x squared minus 25 over x minus 5. This is the example we had in the beginning of the video. Okay, so let's see. So let's try plug and chug, right? So we're gonna just take the we're just gonna take the x approaches 5. We're just gonna take the 5 and stick it right there. Okay, let's see what happens. And actually, we've already seen what happens when we do this. We get the dreaded 0 over 0. And whenever you try plug and chug, if you get this answer or any other undefined answer, it just doesn't work. So that idea is out. Let's go to plan B. Let's see. So, let's write the equation again. X squared minus 25 can be factored. So let's do it. X squared minus 25 can be factored into x plus 5 times x minus 5. And if you don't believe me, let's multiply it out. Let's use FOIL. So we have x times x, because f, FOIL, which is going to be x squared. Let's see. So, and then outer, outer. So the outer ones is going to equal to negative 5x. And let's see, next inner, positive 5 times x is going to be positive 5x. And then it's going to be, let's see, last, which is going to be positive 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. Okay, so let's cancel out the terms, and we get, and if we simplify this, we get negative x squared minus 25. Okay, so let's just put this expression into here. Okay, now let's cancel out the like terms. Let's put brackets here first of all, just to not get confused. let's cancel that and that. And we're left with limit as x approaches 5. So now it's going to be, now we can use plug and chug. 5 plus 5 is 10. So the limit as, well, we already saw that in the beginning of the video. Okay, so the last example is one of the hardest, and you are going to need some graph paper for this last one. So we're going to be using this last method, make a sandwich. Now I know I know what you're thinking. What is make a sandwich? Now you could just make like a grilled cheese sandwich right now. Like you could like pause the video right now if you want a snack, and like pause and go get a snack. I'll wait. Okay, I'm assuming you're back. So what is make a sandwich? I mean, you just made a sandwich, so I guess that's one definition. But here is our example. Let's first try plug and chug, right? So let's input 0 into these. Now 1 over 0 isn't really defined, so we're not going to be able to use this. Okay, so let's go back to the original equation. Now, actually, let's graph this function here. It looks like this. Now, this is very chaotic, and I can't really see where it's approaching. It looks like it's converging to 0, but I'm not sure of that. Okay, so this is when the sandwich comes in handy. And don't try to look up the sandwich, look up the squeeze theorem. The squeeze theorem, aka the sandwich, is a way to find out a limit at any given point, given that there are two functions that have the same limit at one point, and this green one, or in this case the green one, has the same function. So as you can see, all of them kind of squeeze together at 1. So if we find the limit of as x approaches 0 for the red one, and the same thing for the blue one, and since the green one is also approaching, is also at like being squeezed, we can guarantee that this will it's going to be the same limit. Okay, so let's use that example here. Now, how do you think we can squeeze this? Well, we're going to need a straight function, and actually there's just a function for that. It's called the absolute value. The absolute value of x and the absolute value of negative x. Or no, the negative absolute value of x. And this actually makes it obvious that because the blue one, which is the absolute value of x, approaches 0, and the green one, the negative absolute value of x, also approaches 0. So that means that this limit is also equal to 0. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please subscribe, like, and share this channel with others. Also, if you're new, definitely subscribe, and definitely try and go to my website, which is https://www.howtodosomething.com. Thank you, and see you at howtodosomething.com, and see you next time.